to Brett's Bets, produced by Beyond the Arc with Brandon Silvers. As you know, this is where we pick winners in a handful of college football matchups each week to prove our expertise. We use gambling spreads in terminology, but we don't condone gambling, particularly if it's not legal where you are, because we're not built for prison. This is for entertainment only. So with that being said, it is my honor to introduce my co-host for Brett's Bets, a man who is so good at picking games that we've had to hide his identity. Bookies, college football experts, everybody is out to get him because he simply knows too much. I can't tell you his name, but he does have several aliases. That's right, he's known as the Spartanburg Spread Beater, aka the Irmo Earner, aka the Columbia Coverer, aka the Florence Forecaster, aka the Atlanta Assassin with the sniper sight trained right on your bookie's chest. Originally from Landrum, aka L-Town, but he's not taking any L's this week. The father of the atomic bomb, aka Professor Steal Your Girl. Anyways, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the expert. Good to see you, Mr. Expert.
Good evening. What do you know about quantum mechanics?
Jesus, is this really how we're going to start the season off? Nothing. I don't know anything about quantum mechanics, and I don't have to, because this is a show about making college football picks.
Well, let me ask you this. What happens when a star dies? All of that fuel that powered the star burns out, and it can no longer support itself, and all of that weight collapses in upon itself and forms the most dense thing in the universe. So dense that not even light can escape. And then it explodes and fills the universe with beauty, and it becomes something very different. Not a star, but a neutron star.
Okay, great. Good to know. Now, can you tell me what, if anything, that has to do with our first game where the South Carolina Gamecocks take on the number 21 North Carolina Tar Heels in Charlotte this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on ABC?
Spencer Rattler, 5-star recruit, number 1 quarterback in the country, wins the Big 12 as a freshman at Oklahoma, Heisman favorite going into his sophomore season, and then the fuel burns out. He fails, loses the starting job, collapses down upon himself. Transfers to lowly South Carolina, where he's hamstrung for 10 games by an inept play caller named Marcus Satterfield. Days are so dark in Columbia, not even light can escape. He throws more interceptions than touchdowns. And then he explodes, fills the Southeast with beauty, destroys Tennessee, beats Clemson for the first time in 7 years. Make no mistake, Spencer Rattler faces a star this weekend in Drake May. But Spencer Rattler is no mere star. He has become a neutron star, and South Carolina will be victorious.
I don't know enough about stars to dispute that, and I'm hesitant to trust you for a myriad of reasons, but thank you for the pick. Moving on, we have number 9 Clemson taking on Duke in Durham, Monday night, 8 p.m. on ESPN. Clemson is favored by 13. Okay, what are you doing and why are there children?
And now, after all these years of work in the desert, far away from our home in SEC country, we are finally ready to achieve our proudest moment. We will now test the bomb.
Please do not blow anything up with your children there. That's crazy.
We'll burn your eyes out. You must wear your glasses, Gio. Put on your glasses, Gio. The final countdown approaches.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the countdown because we have to move on. And again, that's a baby. So if we're going to wait for him to count down, we're going to be here at least 2 years. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, that was actually really badass. Sorry for underestimating you, Mr. Expert. Explain the pick.
In the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna refused to fight and kill his friends and relatives, Vishnu took on his many-armed form and said to him, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. But on this day I say to you, I am become Duke, the destroyer of Clemson." Dabo, like Arjuna, refuses to fight in the new way, refuses to take transfers from the portal. Well, Mike Elko will be his Vishnu this weekend with his many-armed monster Riley Leonard. Well, just one arm, but it's a good one. He will pick apart that pathetic Clemson secondary, and Dabo will learn what Arjuna learned.
All right, thank you for whatever that was. Also, I just checked, and Riley Leonard actually has 2 arms. Anyways, moving on. Number 5, LSU taking on number 8, Florida State, Sunday night, 7:30 on ABC in Orlando. Mr. Expert, what is your pick?
My calculations lead me to choose Brian Kelly and the Louisiana State Tigers.
Okay, I've got to interrupt you. This is multiple times on this program you have picked noted dickhead football coach Brian Kelly. What is going on here? Why do you love this man so much? He's an asshole.
Counsel, I assure you that everything I've done was for the good of the Beyond the Arc listening audience.
How exactly does it benefit my audience to have you week after week after week falling over yourself to pick men like Brian Kelly and Jimbo Fisher, who hired DJ Durkin and Bobby Petrino to win football games, to support them as head coaches when they're such terrible people?
Well, I simply picked these coaches because I thought they would win that week. It was no further than that.
So what you're trying to convince me of right now is that you thought a Texas A&M football team led by Jimbo Fisher was going to win football games. Sir, I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my life. Mr. Expert, please explain why you insist on associating with these terrible football coaches.
You say I associated with these coaches. I merely thought their team would win. I didn't become a part of the team. I didn't associate with them, as you say.
Oh, really? Then explain this picture of you with disgraced Bishop Sycamore High School football coach Roy Johnson. Mr. Expert, I'm not going to beat around the bush anymore. Are you, as you claim to be, the premier sports betting expert in all of the world, or are you, as is alleged, a propagandist for football coaches who are terrible people? The floor is yours.
Counsel, I have studied quantum betting at this nation's finest establishments. Iowa State, Alabama, UNLV, the University of South Carolina, upstate. And I assure you, the science, the math points in one direction only. It's not based on an affection I have. The choice is not mine. It's the science.
Well, I guess we'll find out this weekend now, won't we? And that'll do it for this week's episode of Brett's Bets. On behalf of Brett and the expert, I am Brandon Silvers. Don't forget Monday to be on the lookout for a new episode of Beyond the Arc with Brandon Silvers. Also, please remember, subscribe, rate, review, and share. And I appreciate y'all for watching. We'll catch y'all next week.